Hey there, I'm Brian Keene, and welcome back to Secret Histories, a video series where we sit on the floor in my office with a shaky cam iPhone and we talk about each of my books in the order that they were written and published. Today we're going to be talking about unhappy endings. If you watched our previous video for Darkness on the Edge of Town, then you know that the title is apt for many reasons. At this point, we were dealing with the Great Recession. We were dealing with the collapse of my marriage, which we were fighting hard for, but it was coming, and I think we both knew it. We were dealing with publishers struggling. Both my hardcover limited edition publishers and my mainstream mass market publishers. There was a lot going on, folks. This marked my last solo title with Delirium Books, who had been publishing me with my second book, 4x4 onward, up to this one. They had done The Rising, they had done Earthworm Gods, Ghoul, Dark Hollow, all those books that I was known for. As I said, this would be my last solo title with them. There would be one more book to come, which was Clickers 3, co-written with J.F. Gonzalez, and we will get into that, but a little later in the series. But yeah, this was it, pretty much. It's a short story collection. It was done in 3 editions, lettered edition, which let's go ahead and open for you. I believe it was Alex McVeigh that did that. Real thick end papers, very nice end papers. $300 hardcovers, 26 lettered. This is a lettered. Who did that frontispiece? Was it Alex? Foil stamp? No, it was Greg Posey. So I stand corrected. But yeah, let's take a look at the table of contents for this one. This lettered edition. By the way, this collection was the first time most people got to see Jack's Magic Beans. Now, we've talked about Jack's Magic Beans in a video already. You may remember there was a very limited run trade paperback. And then it didn't come out again until Deadite Press brought their trade paperback out. In between, it was available in Unhappy Endings. But this edition included a bonus story, Grammar of the Dead, which was not included in the other editions of Unhappy Endings. Here is the 300 copy hardcover. No end papers like the lettered, same sheet. And yeah, as you can see, no Grammar of the Dead there. Delirium also did a trade paperback. I would estimate there were probably maybe 5,000 of these in print. So not hard to find on the secondary market, although I don't see it pop up a lot anymore. So not sure what to make of that. I like this short story collection. I think it has some solid short stories in it. You know, Take the Long Way Home, obviously I'm fond of. Burying Betsy is often included in, you know, best of Brian Keene lists. Bunnies in August has always been one of my favorites. The Sickwasim Who Stole Christmas, of course, would go on to become the movie The Naughty List. So yeah, you know, there's some stuff in here that I really like, that I'm really proud of. This is The Way Your World Ends, Unhappily. That's from my my introduction. And let's just show you where my head was at that time. You know, the title was a play on people saying that my endings were always unhappy. Well, I write unhappy endings because they're what I know. By and large, unhappy endings are what life has shown me in my 41 years. Jesus Christ, I was 41 years when I wrote this. 41 years old, lifetime ago. That is why I'm grateful to the happy moments. I cherish them, hold on to them for as long as I can, because sooner or later, something bad will come along and totally fuck things up again. Life is nothing more than a series of moments. Some of them are good, some of them are not. You enjoy the good ones while they last, and hopefully the memories of those times will get you through the bad. I wrote that at age 41. Do I still feel that way at age 47? Yeah, I do. I do. So the title was a play on, you know, everybody always saying that I wrote unhappy endings. But it was also about all those things going on in my life. I knew things were falling apart with my publishers. I just didn't have the proof or a plan of action. I'm sorry for getting choked up. It's emotional to talk about this shit. I knew my marriage was falling apart. I had a plan to save it. I was going to do so through writing with a novella called The Girl in the Glider, because that's what a dumbass I was at the time, you know. But we'll get to that soon too. But yeah, there were a lot of unhappy endings to come for me all at once. But before we get to those unhappy endings, we have up next in our next video series one of my novels which actually does have a legitimate happy ending, and that is Castaways, my Richard Lehman tribute. If you've read Castaways and you were a Lehman fan, then you had no doubt in your mind, okay, yeah, this is Keene honoring the late great Dick Lehman. Yes. What you may not know is what inspired me to do that. And it was directly coming out of this and Darkness on the Edge of Town, and I could not write anymore. I had hit the wall. So I had to drastically try something very different. And we will get to that with our next video for Castaways. Thanks as always for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you soon.